Hello, everybody. Sergeant Salt and Pepper here, and this is part one of my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So, we're going to see how this goes. Yo, what's going on, Duster? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I guess I don't need to change any of the settings. I did play this when I bought it. I don't remember how far I got, but I'm just going to start a new game, so... Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I I gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. I do remember liking the animations in this. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, yeah. I need to get on that because I didn't really put any time into last month's game because I was just busy with everything else. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me, who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. I will say, I found out, I think around the time I bought this game, the trilogy, I found out that there was a Phoenix Wright movie that they made in, I think, like Japan or something. And I did have the DVD and I did watch it. And I think it basically covers the first case in this game. And I remember it being pretty good. It was funny. I don't remember a lot, but I remember that it was pretty funny and I enjoyed it. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. What a name. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Yo, what's going on, Danny? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I own one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Because I'm an ace attorney. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your sake, client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R1 to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Well, it says Cindy's autopsy report, so I'm going to guess it's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court record frequently. I remember playing, I think even before this game, I played the Harvey Birdman game, which is supposed to be like Phoenix Wright, you know. And I remember that being fun. But, you know, once you beat it, you don't really have any reason to go back through it again, is the only thing. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Also, I'm eating chips, so excuse the crunching. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. Oh, nice. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Oh, interesting. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens? Stop him from answering? Probably stop him. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly, stop him from answering. This is going to be interesting because I'm having to do different voices back and forth. So this is going to be an interesting stream. I guess stop him from answering. I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Yeah, Well, I'm sure I'm going to as well. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Hey, what's going on, Arma? Good to see you. Hello to you and Jackie. I hope you all are doing well. I got 3D Energy Blueberry Mist tonight. That's what I'm drinking. One of the dollar store drinks I got. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Yeah, it's pretty good. I had one of the other 3D Energy drinks that I didn't like. It had like a bad aftertaste. I think it was the red, white, and blue drink. But this one's not bad. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout add to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in his testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Yep. I was just saying earlier that I used to have the Phoenix Wright movie. It was, I think, a Japanese movie they made with real actors, live action. And it was basically the first case. The whole movie was just the first case. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R1 button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting over there. Yeah. I was saying earlier, too, I like the animations in this. Let's see, it's 1 p.m. The time of death was 4 to 5. Well, the time of death was 4 to 5, and he's saying that it was 1 p.m. when he saw him fleeing the scene. You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. I'll tell you something kind of interesting, too. I went to an antique mall today. I got a bunch of records. I made a video, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow. Oh, thanks. And I remember as a kid, I had this Law and Order game. It was an old PC game. And it was like you had to investigate clues, find evidence, and then question people. And then you went to the courtroom and you had to be like the lawyer and do the objections and stuff. And I tried to get it working because you can download it. I tried to get it working on this thing I have called VirtualBox. And apparently there's something with the download that it doesn't run properly or something. Today, when I was at the antique mall, I was looking and I saw this box, this big box, well, not real big, but big box PC game. And I'm looking at it and I go, oh my God, it's that Law and Order game I used to have. I didn't buy it, but I just thought it was neat to see. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I had played the Harvey Birdman game and really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Now he's going to give his testimony again. I have to say, though, when I played the Law and Order game, like growing up, I could do well with, like, you know, finding like the evidence and stuff like that, the detective part of it. But when I got into the courtroom, I had like no idea what to do because I wasn't familiar with any of that stuff. I didn't know like what to object to and what not to object to. So like everything the other person said, I just objected. And the judge was like, objection overruled. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Did you get that thing I sent you? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Right. Yeah, because I can tell you the Law and Order game, it definitely doesn't do that. They give you like, I think, a little tutorial on like how to investigate and how to interrogate suspects, but other than that, they don't give you much at all. But it was cool because they actually did have the actors from the show, and you could tell like they tried to make the characters look like them, and you know they voiced their own characters, so it was cool. And they made like 3 of them, I think, different ones. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It's probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Okay, so let me see what we have. We have the time of death, which we already did. We have the statue, which is the murder weapon. The victim arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. Okay, well, if the electricity was out, then he couldn't have been watching anything on the TV. I'm just trying to figure out which statement I want to present on. I guess this one, because it mentions the television, and yeah, the electricity was out. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Yeah, well, The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Yeah, wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. Oh. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Yeah. I'll tell you something funny. When I was a kid, you play like pretend, you make believe stuff, things like that. A lot of kids do. And I was over at my grandmother's house because I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house as a kid. And one time I was like, let's pretend that we're in court and you're the judge and I'm like one of the prosecuting attorneys or something. She was like, okay. And so we started pretending, and then I started saying something and she was like, well, you can't say that, to the judge. You can't, that's not, you can't say that. That's not allowed. And we actually got into a real argument over like a pretend thing that we were pretending. And then it ended with me saying, I don't want to play court anymore because it's not fun. And she was like, well, this is how it is in real court. You can't just talk back to the judge like that. And I'm like, I wasn't talking back. And but yeah, funny. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Now, find the contradiction. I was saying earlier, it's going to be hard for me to keep up having to do all these different voices. Actually, I didn't. Okay, yeah. So we okay, well, I guess we can press. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remember that table clock. A table clock? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. That must have been what I saw. Okay. Okay, we have the autopsy report. We have the passports. Well, the only thing he's really mentioned is the murder weapon, which is this. I don't think we have anything else that really we can really present, because we've presented okay, well, he's saying there was a table clock in the apartment. I guess there was, because I didn't, get to like check out the apartment. I just kind of got thrust straight into the court. I can't examine it. I can only present it. I guess I could try to just present the murder weapon. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I don't know. Do I? He said it was a clock, and apparently it is a clock, so I guess no. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right, are you out of your mind? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all. The witness couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. He said himself he never entered the apartment. It was in his testimony. Hey, you're right. Is something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment, I'm guessing. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I could prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Yeah. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Yeah, what? Oh, he threw his toupee at me. Shut, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard definitely was this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock, examine the clock's batteries, ask the neighbors. Well, it's either examine the clock's batteries or it's try sounding the clock. When I bought this game, I can't remember how far I got. I definitely got past the first couple of cases, but it's been forever since I've played this, so of course I'm not going to remember everything. I'm going to say try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's, 11:25. Ack! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. Yeah. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it's running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. You lawyers are all slime.
Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Wait, did I lose?
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of reasons why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Wait, maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Okay, why would the clock be running slow? Okay, that's the autopsy. That's the statue and or clock. Victim arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. I don't know. We already used the electricity. I mean, would it be running slow because the electricity was out? And then when it came back on, it was slow? Or is it the passport, maybe? I feel like it's either the passport or it's the blackout record, even though we already used that. But I guess you could probably use both. I mean, you could probably use evidence more than once. Victim arrived home from Paris. Okay. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Yeah, thank you for that, Arma. Appreciate it. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Yeah.
Well, he fainted. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
And they rain confetti down. I think in the Phoenix Wright movie, when he wins the case, somebody like comes out and throws like money at him or something. It was funny.
And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Whew.
I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Yeah, it is very open. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one.
I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The statue? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Okay, so I was on episode 5 the last time I played. I didn't even remember that because I haven't played it since 2022. Wow. That has been a while. No wonder I can't remember anything.
Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha, so what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside instead. Papers? Is that evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good, like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya.
Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices.
Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
Ho, you are not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see.
I should have been more careful.
Ho, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry, but I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Wow, that's a crazy hairdo. Red, white, blue. You got, yep. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Okay, well, nothing to examine right now in that room. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Uh-oh. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? Well, that wasn't very nice. The strange girl dropped down the cold. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Very cold. Cold as ice, you might say. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Yep. Add that to the court record. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Glass shards add to the court record. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Whoops. There we go. A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Add that to the court record. I think that's enough stooping around for now. I better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic this became the murder weapon again. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. It's painful to look, but I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit on the head with a blunt weapon. She probably died instantly. Okay. The chief's chair, a simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. I guess, is that everything? Wait, the window. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice, luxurious place. Alright. Right, I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police, please come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. Oh. Well, hello there. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. The Fay and Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used his PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Okay, what's this? A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on the stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Okay, anything else? No, I think that's everything. Okay. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh, I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here.
Maya Fay.
Maya Fey? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Yeah. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened?
I came in. The room was dark. And Sis.
So she was already dead. So you're the chief's
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
and you were here visiting this late at night?
Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker.
Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote on the back of this receipt.
That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would Sis write my name?
Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Oh, here come the police. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Oh, this guy. All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, Kay? Great, just great. Maya? Wait, she wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Eek! This word Maya mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name.
Killer? I'm not.
Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am.
What?
Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6, 9:07 a.m., detention center, visitors room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal.
Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning. She looked so tired.
Are you going to be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you, of course I will. Sorry, not a chance. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up.
Really?
Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it?
No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought.
It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you.
Heard? Heard what about me?
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How did that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Huh, so he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait, give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia,
I know.
there's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do?
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in the case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it.
Yeah, I forgot to delete those things.
So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. So you're an acolyte, or a medium in training.
That's right. The Fey family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second, you said the Fey family? So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I had no idea. Wait.
What?
So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that?
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy.
Huh?
Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Accept or refuse. Well, I'm pretty... Yeah, would be a short game. I mean, should I be insulted that she didn't want to ask me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Would you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I had a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Okay. Can I examine anything in this room? Smile for the camera. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Okay, I guess that's it.
Do I have anything I can present to her? I guess probably not anything that would be worth presenting. Okay. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer, not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Wait, what? Okay. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Okay, I guess that's everything. Guess we'll go back to the law office. September 6th, Fay and Company Law Offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were... Detective Gumshoe, Detective Suede Shoes, Detective Gumtree. I like Detective Suede Shoes. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right, and don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Whew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Okay. Mia's favorite potted plant. I remember it had this bizarre name that no one could ever remember. Cordyline stricta, pal. Who was that? An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. The sky is blue and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of these. About Miss Fay, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right. You can see the report, but that's all. Time of death? September 5th at 9 p.m. Caused single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. What? Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth? That's right, pal, Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wait, you do know him, don't you?
I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict.
Yeah, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I am afraid this pretty much decides the case.
So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've never actually watched CSI. I want to say my step-grandmother watched it, I think. The only thing I ever really watched like that, I guess, was Law and Order, I guess, the original Law and Order. I've only recently started watching Special Victims Unit because I'd never seen that before, but all I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion.
I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon.
Yeah, I would like to get some of the other games, like the ones after the trilogy. I probably will do that at some point. Do I present anything to him? I was wondering, do you know anything about this?
That statue, that's the murder weapon.
Huh? He thinks the clock is just a statue too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. There was broken glass at the crime scene. Right?
Oh, this is on PS5. Well, I'm playing it on my PS5.
Oh, that? Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards were pieces of the broken stand.
There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's the trilogy pack.
Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it.
Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself?
Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not.
So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. Thanks for this.
Don't mention it, pal. When it comes to dealing with lawyers, fight fair and square is our motto.
I don't know how I feel seeing everything written up like this. It makes Mia's death seem so routine. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fey's cell phone?
Oh, damn, I have that.
Do you think you could give it back?
Sure. Wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me.
I guess I'm going to be straight with him.
If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Oh, okay.
Something the matter?
Oh, no, it's just, detective.
No, I know nothing, pal.
That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets.
You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal, I already checked all the numbers in memory.
Impressive, you're quite the detective.
Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all.
Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Now we got the cell phone. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. I guess I've asked all the questions I needed to.
You all done, pal?
Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait, one more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you plan on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Really?
Really? How? How are you going to forget that? I didn't forget that.
The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So, you've sent her home already then?
Aha, you're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial.
So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information.
You got that right, pal.
Time to pay a visit to Miss May. And also I could play the phone conversation. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry, I put some papers inside instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? I'll leave that one up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9.
All right. Can go back to the law offices, go over to the hotel. Guess we'll go over to the hotel. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee.
Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Well, clearly something important if she doesn't want you to look at it. The flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. Ah, a still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever, one of those is hanging on the wall. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay and Company law offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Okay. I guess... talk? Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, absurd. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Go. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Could you just, who exactly are you?
Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No, hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no, and you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. She's not telling us anything. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. So she's literally told us nothing. Can I... Okay, I guess I can't present anything to her. I guess I don't really need to. Oh, what? Okay, so she's just gonna say the same thing for every... Yeah, okay. Alright. And I guess I can't get this while she's in the room. Yeah. I have to get it later when she's not in the room. Guess we've done everything we can do here. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. Ahem. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. Look at that mustache. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? But how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, it's actually about Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Ha-cha-cha! I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? No, boy, this is going to be interesting to listen back to once it's uploaded. Particularly because I hate the sound of my own voice, and here I am trying to do a bunch of different voices. Okay, well, we examined everything. Oh yeah, we can talk to him. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep? Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I am terribly, terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Right. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? That's weird. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Aha, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Or he said, I'm not buying. Okay. Can I present anything to him? Okay, I guess not. Okay, and we already examined everything in his office. And he's told us everything he's going to tell us. Guess we'll go back to the detention center.
September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Attention, sir. Visitor's room. Hiya.
Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer?
Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help?
Er,
I see. I've been abandoned then.
what about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know, so she could still be alive?
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her all by herself on that mountain. So, who was this man who, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Wow, so what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. She, my mother, became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
White,
Excuse me? White?
that was his name. My sister told me.
White?
Just a little longer now, before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well, can't abandon you. Someone else is the culprit. I don't know why. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know, I've been there a long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right, thank you.
Whew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into that drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. All right. I guess we don't need to present anything. Go back to the hotel, I guess. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment, at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe, guess Miss May is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a little bit. Ah, I almost forgot. God, you came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? I wonder.
White, that was his name. My sister told me.
White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, we can get in that drawer now. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Add to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. All right, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued.
And we save. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, you know. I wasn't sure what was going to get picked because it was either going to be Judgment or this game. And like I said, the voting was a tie, so I asked Sanic to break the tie by casting his vote. And just like everybody else, he didn't know what the games were. He just knew it was a game A and a game B, so September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. I would hate to be in court. I've actually never been in court for anything. They tried to call me for jury duty once, but I was able to get out of it. So I've never actually been in a courtroom. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window, here.
And the cause of death?
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. We have the floor plans. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay, cross-examination.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene.
Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the crime scene.
Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue.
There were two people there already.
Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us who the two people you found on the scene were.
Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care.
I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay.
Why's that? What's your reason?
Why, we had a witness account describing her.
Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly. What about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Gah.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Yeah.
How do you like that? That's my hard evidence.
I'm like trying to do kind of like an old, kind of like gangster type voice. I'm trying not to make it slip into like a young like John Travolta kind of deal.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor,
why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
Yeah, I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of crime with my own eyes.
And did you find any evidence?
Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I found a memo with a piece of paper written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body.
Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it.
Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants?
Who? The killer, Miss May. I did. Well, Miss May, I guess. Well, it could have been the witness, Miss May. Hold on. The witness was in her hotel room, not the office. Try pulling the other leg, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, and while you're at it, pull mine too, pal.
Arg. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found.
On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood.
Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that?
Of course I do, pal.
Uh-oh. You sounded pretty confident. This might not be good.
Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's.
What kind of tests were these again?
Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits in the blood, the hemoglobin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests.
Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony.
Forget about it. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah?
I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you.
Oh.
That was a mess.
Right, where was I? Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger.
On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective?
The right hand.
She was right-handed.
Ha ha ha. Nice try.
Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there.
Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name?
Sure, it happens all the time in the books and movies.
This isn't a movie, Detective.
Oof.
Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no.
Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister?
Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal.
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go so well.
That's right, what he said.
That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it.
Yeah, let's find it, I guess.
Okay, after securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Okay. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Okay. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Okay. Well, what do we have that we can present? Okay, there's the autopsy report, but he didn't say anything about the time, so that's probably not useful. There's the cell phone. That just talks about the clock and the papers. There's the glass shards.
the thinker, there's the wiretap. But we're not talking about the hotel room right now. Okay, there's the actual receipt. There's the murder scene. Okay. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. There's blood found in the victim's finger. I mean, if the lab test results show that, then I can't really dispute that. And it did say Maya. The memo did. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of crime with my own eyes. What did he say when we pressed him on this? Oh, and then he just asked if he found evidence. Okay. No, next to the victim's spot. Okay. Let me look at the floor plan again. The question is, was the memo found next to the victim's body, or was it actually in a different spot, and he's just saying it was next to the body? Right now, it's like the only thing I can think of that you could probably try to argue against. If I screw up, I still have like a few chances to, you know, try again. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations, though. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. He found a memo with a piece of paper. Well, this is a department store receipt. It's not a memo. Is that the argument that it's a department store receipt? Your Honor, that's the oh. Wait a minute. That didn't go so well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, but he says it's a memo, and this says that it was a department store receipt. So that, I feel like that would be the argument, is that it's not a memo, that it's a department store receipt, although I tried that and he was like, nope, that's wrong. I mean, it does have the word "my" on it, and it was written in blood, so we can't dispute that part of it. Let me try it here. Nope, that was wrong. Yeah, and then, like I said, I haven't played this since 2022, so you know, I don't remember much. The blood was the victim's. There's blood found in the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Okay, well, he says... Wait a minute, let me go back. Okay, he says he found a memo written on a piece of paper, and the word "my" was written clearly in blood. And then he says at the end, before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name, so he's assuming that Maya is the name of the killer. Well, no, wait a minute. How could... Wait, the victim wrote the killer's name. but the name that she wrote was Maya, so he's assuming that Maya's the killer, I guess. The thing is, like, she wrote her name on it, but can I dispute that it's not the killer's name because she didn't kill her? I don't really have evidence to show that she didn't kill her or anything. On which hand was the bloody finger? The right hand. And she was right-handed. Okay. Before she died, wrote the killer's name. Let's see. Memo written on a piece of paper. Okay, examine the scene of the crime. I don't know. Did I try the floor plans with him examining the scene of the crime? I may actually have to look at a walkthrough because I don't want to. If I lose another one, then I'm done. I'm only going to use a walkthrough if I absolutely have to. All right, let's see. Trial. Oh, it's the autopsy report. No, wait a minute. Wait. No, it is. Okay. It says victim wrote the killer's name. It's the last one. Before she died, victim wrote the killer's name. Death was instantaneous. She wouldn't have had time to write the killer's name if death was instantaneous. If she died like immediately after she got hit. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. Yeah, see, if I had looked at that more carefully, I would have probably saw that. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day of the murder, the day after the murder. The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being, that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report?
Huh? I thought.
Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But.
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. We have the updated autopsy report. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Oh, we know who this is going to be.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? Man, this drink is good. Usually blueberry flavored stuff is pretty good. And this one doesn't have the aftertaste that the other one had, so that's good.
Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service, wink.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was in my hotel room, tee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Company law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Here we go.
It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the one with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony right now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
I know there was animated, like an anime of this, but I never saw it.
It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her.
Okay, well, I thought maybe it was going to give me my quote-unquote health back, but it didn't, so I will have to be careful with this. So she said it was 9 o'clock at night. Do I have anything that proves it wasn't 9 o'clock at night? The autopsy report doesn't have a time on it. We have the wiretap. Well, the phone conversation is from 9 a.m. That's not at night. I don't know. Could I use that and say this conversation says it was 9 a.m. maybe? I hope this is correct. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Ah. Damn it. Oh, screwed that up. I don't know. I guess it said that the conversation was at 9 a.m., but I guess I couldn't prove that. They couldn't look at that. Well, time to do it again, I guess. At least I'll get my health back, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, okay. So we're not... Oh, wait, no, actually we are kind of far back. Oh, we'll just try to skip through a lot of this, since we've seen it already. And we already know what to do, at least, so... So yeah, we're just skipping through this because we've heard it already. So we can get back to where we were. I mean, these chips, they're cinnamon apple chips. Pretty good, actually. So we know that we got to present the autopsy. This is another game that I'd always wanted to finish. You know, I'd started it, and then I guess I probably got distracted by other stuff back in 2022. I'm sure I did, and then I just never finished it. This day after.
Let me get the second autopsy report.
Yeah, I guess I had thought they could like look at the phone and see what time the conversation was recorded. But I guess they couldn't do that. So it's obviously something else that I probably should have looked at before I just jumped right in. All right, we're getting close to where we were. All right. Now we're back to where we were. I wonder, can I like save it? Okay, good. And if something happens, I can just start right back here. It's probably what I should have done before. 9 at night. Why'd you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Yeah, sure, why not? Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
But badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, stop him. The poor girl.
Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl, what about poor me? You looked out the window, what did you see next?
And then I saw one with long hair being attacked.
The one with long hair, that was Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. Is he right, though?
Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing or you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me. Because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Rar, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
Indeed.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statuey clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Okay. I did see everything. I did.
So you saw me then, too?
Of course. I'd remember that spiky hair anywhere.
Spiky? The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney.
Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry.
Very well, continue.
The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Is that right as in your right as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
What happened then?
And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did.
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it?
That clock, that statuey clock, the thinker, I think.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm on to something now. Okay. Well, let me go back to the first thing and see. Ran off to the right. I feel like there's something with that probably. Maybe with the floor plans. I'm gonna give it a shot. Nope. I mean, I could present the... Yeah, I could present the murder weapon, but that doesn't really prove anything. If anything, that's kind of proven that what she says is correct, that they use the thinker statue clock thing. There's a wiretap, but I don't know where I would use the wiretap. Wait a minute. What about the floor plans on this part where she says, she hit her with that weapon, I saw it. Nope.
I guess I could try presenting the thinker. Hey, Coach, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. I hope your stream went well. What were you playing? Oh, I guess that maybe I was supposed to. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said the statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Oh, nice. Well, congratulations on the the win.
Another person in the same position as you recently called us a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock?
Ooh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee hee.
The law offices of Fay and Company where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because
She couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung. Okay, I think about this here. It couldn't have rung. Why could it not have rung? Well, I believe they said you did something, you tilted it or something, and then that's when it, you could hear the sound. That's how you activated it. Or she couldn't have heard it. I don't know if the distance between the law building and the hotel, if that was far enough away that she couldn't have heard it. That's a question. Because Edgeworth was saying, she could have heard it. It's not that far away. Members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Oh, well, the batteries are dead, or it's empty, meaning it doesn't have any batteries. Well, wait a minute. Well, there was one clock that's right. There are papers in it. Yeah. That clock is missing its clockwork. Yeah, thanks for that, Danny. Just take a look right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof if you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Okay, is it the conversation? Because it says 9:27 a.m., and they're talking about the clock, and she says the clock isn't talking right now. I had to take the clockwork out, so that would prove it. The puffy shirt, yeah. That's got to be it. Oh, wait, I meant to present, not to check. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Well, wait, this is my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. That's a good episode, Coach. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Rumble. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. Oh shit, do I have evidence that proves that? Well, the wiretap doesn't prove that, though. Does that? Is it the floor plans, maybe? It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Oh, she's mad now. Oh, shit.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, tee. Wink.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The wiretap. Have a look at this.
That.
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Ooh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon is a clock is... I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Wah.
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't you? Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
God, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk it quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I will consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, obviously we're going to accept. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well, the court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished.
Yeah. Oh, here, let me give you a tip. Oh, that's okay. I got plenty of tip left over from last time. Or whatever he says. Now, I've still got some tip left over. Just to be safe, I'm going to save right here. Yeah.
What exactly is it that you do at the hotel?
Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests. I clean rooms, I make beds, I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally.
Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May.
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir.
9 on the dot, you say?
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9 o'clock, the time of the murder.
I brought to her precisely the requested time, of course.
Precisely 9, then?
Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, Teehee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time?
And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
You are sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely?
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with the, embrasser, sir.
Embrasser? Is that French for, or embracer, I guess? Is that French for embrace?
It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is really my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in, room service. Check-in, room service, bed making. Yeah, was she in the room? I mean, is there a way to prove she wasn't in the room? Okay, well, I'm trying to remember what he talked about. He said she ordered room service. Bed making's probably irrelevant because he didn't even mention that. I know when I checked her room, he noted that there was 2 glasses of champagne on like a tray in the room, which implied that there was somebody in the room with her. So maybe I want to ask about room service. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir?
At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May at room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall.
I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir.
What did he say? What did you say?
Rather, quite.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? Ah, there you go. I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Oof! You're full! I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then when you brought him room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple, it was Miss April May, the man with Miss May, the bellboy. Okay, who's the other person? If I say it's her, then that means that it was only her, but she, like, made it look like somebody else was in the room with her. We don't know. We know somebody else was in the room with her. We don't know. I don't think it's the man with Miss May, because we don't know who the man with Miss May was. The only other person that was in the room with her was the bellboy. Well, we'll go for this, I guess. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as had been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof! Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of my affair. Court is adjourned. That was pretty intense. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis,
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. The clown chick. Maybe. Well, we'll see how far we can get. I don't know if we'll finish this tonight or not, but we'll see how far we get. And if we don't, then we'll pick it up next Sunday, and I'll find somebody to raid. September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Oh, is there? I didn't know that. See, I haven't played any of the other ones. At least not yet.
Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer, I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May.
No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard.
So, what is it you wish to ask of me then?
For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on.
No way, Jose.
Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone?
When you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, Creep.
This woman is impossible to talk to.
Say,
why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Ooh, that does it, bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer.
But Bottom, I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? Is there anything I could present to her? I guess not. It seemed like he said if I had something that could get her to talk, but I guess I don't have anything. And I guess there's nothing else really to examine in there. Well, can I go? I guess I should go to the hotel, maybe. September 7th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say.
Huh? Rep?
Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir.
Whoa, Miss May hasn't been charged with murder.
I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee.
Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream?
So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you.
About Miss May.
Oh, her? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said.
Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about the man who's with Miss May.
Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger.
There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy.
If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him.
A photo? Could you tell me about this hotel?
Absolutely, and on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle.
A subtitle?
The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think?
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Whatever floats your tea set. Anything else to examine here? There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer.
Please leave that as it is, sir. That's the Drawer of Terror, hiding the place of the murder's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here.
This guy's serious. I don't believe it. A bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned these up by now?
I beg your pardon, sir, but if you could please refrain from touching those. It's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before murder. We'll be famous, the talk of the hotel industry.
A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Nice weather again today. I can see the Fay and Company law offices, of course.
Yes, we plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn 3 minutes. 3 minutes of a view to a kill. Just kidding, sir. Oh.
By that look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious. Ah, a still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever, one of those is hanging on the wall. A vase, as expected. I'm not good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. Okay, I guess that's everything in that room. Yeah. Go to the... Oh, there's a painting missing. September 7th, Grossberg Law Offices. Huh? Looks like Grossberg is out today, again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Oh, and what's this? There's a picture here. What's this? Old photos? There are 2 lying here. Something's been written on pencil on the backs. DL-6 Incident Exhibit A, DL-6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. Sure no one will miss just one little photo, and it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Don't know who that is. Oh, we did see this guy, I think, earlier in a cutscene. A photo lies on the desk. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took. Yeah, because that was the guy that I remember seeing in the cutscene. I remember the purple hair. Wait, did I take... Yeah, okay. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah, it was a painting of... Wasn't it a painting of him? Wasn't it? It wasn't a very memorable painting anyhow. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, doesn't look like they've ever been read. Okay. Yeah, I think all this is probably just going to be the same stuff that we've seen before. But we got the photo, which was important, so...
I'll go back to the law offices. September 7th, Fay and Company law offices. Looks like forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. I doubt there are any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. Okay, that's the movie poster. Okay, so most of that is... Okay. I guess there's... Wait. No, okay. I thought maybe there was something else to see here, but I guess there's not. I don't know, go back to the detention center, I guess.
You again. Can't you take a hint and stay gone?
Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me.
Oh, so it's my fault now. You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart.
That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he?
I'm not telling.
Look, he's being accused of murder. I don't think you want to be protecting him.
Would you have sold out the late Miss Fay to the cops?
No.
See?
Damn. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Well, I do have a picture. Oh, wait, I have to, go to present. Have a look at this.
Look, I've said several times, I'm not telling you. Where did you...
Aha, reaction. This is him, isn't it?
What? Who? When? Why?
It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder. Yeah.
No, that's not right.
Nice try, Miss Cooperative.
Do you have proof that was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof.
I'm so close. Do I have proof that it was him, though? I don't know. I guess I don't. Oh, good idea. We'll give that a try. Take a look at this photo.
That's him, detective.
I'm the lawyer.
Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is.
No, I don't.
Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him?
An affidavit? This guy's way too excited about this. Well, sure, why not?
Yes, I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit.
Just hurry up and write it. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Cool. Now we'll go back. And we will present this. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press.
What?
Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation.
Ooh, fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer.
Yes. Man, that felt good.
It's great to be alive.
Why are you pumping your fist in the air?
Now tell me about the man you were with.
That man, he's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp.
Red, White? Information gathering?
Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder.
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
It's okay, I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Well, she didn't tell us where it was. Oh, I guess she did tell us where it was located. Oh, and there's the painting. September 7th, Blue Corp Incorporated. CEO's office. Yeah. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome. Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the? Your name. What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably. Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You're an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yikes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not?
Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done.
What she has done? You mean the wiretap?
Indeed, she's paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is inevitable that she would do this.
Sounds like he's just trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room?
Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy.
Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly.
No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
He raised a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May.
Oh ho ho. The police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement.
What kind of company is Blue Corp, anyway?
Excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We're a company of the future, you might say. We are the future.
Sell information?
In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not?
There's something that's been bothering me.
Yes, what might that be?
That big painting on the wall over there. You know, I've actually seen that painting before.
Oh?
Just yesterday, actually.
Your point being?
My point is simple, or rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall?
Mr. Wrong, was it?
Right.
It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you?
Um, huh? A lawyer?
No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grody Burger.
What? Sure. Uh,
He punched me.
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty.
What?
Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding.
So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible?
I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. You came here from Grody Burgers, I presume.
Mr. Grossberg's, yes.
Then you must ask him why is it that this painting of his hangs here. Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss.
well, I have not examined anything in this room. This painting was until yesterday hanging in Mr. Grossberg's office. Why does White have it now? It's not hard to imagine a few possibilities.
I'm guessing this is supposed to be a desk. My, this is quite the thing. An impressive lineup of trophies. Yeah. Judge's Special Runner-Up, Best Participation. Judge's Cooperation Award, Special Good Try Prize. The words judges and special kind of stand out. He probably strong-armed them into giving him something. A statue of a man holding up the world. The Blue Corp sign certainly stands out enough. The model for the man is, of course, Mr. White.
Yeah, we can see that. I guess that's everything. Oh, wait, the window.
This is the top floor of a 20-story building. The view is quite presidential.
All right. I guess I can't present anything. Can I present this to him? Okay. There's nothing more to say. I guess, I don't know. Detention center? Apparently, Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me talk to her today. Okay. Oh, maybe go back to see Grossberg. Yeah. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat. Ahem. Jumping Josephets. Oh, you. What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. Oh, wait. Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. Maybe the fact that he doesn't have his painting anymore.
So, you came to see the trial?
Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep.
Really? What was that?
Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl.
I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know.
A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just I need more time to think about it, my boy.
He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. So I paid Blue Corp a visit.
No? Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg.
I have to admit, something has been bothering me.
Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy.
You see, it's just... Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today.
He was in the CO's office at Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I supposed I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. You're lovers, he's giving you information, he's blackmailing you. I want to say blackmailing, probably. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Oh, night, Arma. Very well, this may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL-6 incident, as you may have guessed. Name on the back of those photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. What is the DL-6 incident? DL-6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fay. Fay? Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL-6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL-6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it and he came to me. Only this time the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of his country as he sees fit, yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Okay. I think I'm going to go to the law offices. And I'm going to save it, and I'm gonna stop here for tonight. But I will find somebody to raid before I hop off. And then we will pick this up again next Sunday. I want to say thanks to Arma, Danny, Duster, Coach, everybody that came, everybody that helped out with the hints and everything. Appreciate that. So let me get on Twitch here and see who is live.